Hi guys, welcome to the brand new episode of Through the Speakers. I'm Taylor J. Williams, got my co-host Phil Beale.
Oh yeah, good to be here.
And we're here with the newest Big Condo roster artist, Brian Hobbs.
Hello. You alright?
Welcome, Brian.
Thank
How
you.
are we?
I'm feeling alright, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Alright, busy day?
Yeah, very busy day, yeah.
Oh, you had much going on?
Just recorded a new song.
No way.
Just a little bit.
Not that we've been here all day or not.
only most of the day.
Yeah, only most of it. How's it sounding? How are you liking it?
I'm loving it. A lot of creative ideas coming through, which is perfect for what I want, really.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
It sounded absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Can you
talking about everything's all right? Yeah.
can you tell us? Can you tell us anything about it? What it's about? How we? Can you tell us anything?
I can tell you, it's like a deep, meaningful song. It's taken me about 2 years to write it, but last night I've sort of bit the bullet and I managed to get the lyrics out. But once I got that first lyric out, I think everything just sort of ran.
It flowed.
Yeah. So it was
it
was good.
Fabulous.
So, what style are we talking here? Are we talking?
I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just an acoustic song. I don't really, as genres go, I don't really think I'm sort of tied down to one genre. So it could have a country route to it. It could have like an indie, a folk route to it. It all depends, I think.
I came in halfway through, if you recall, and by the time that I did, it had already got a real feel to it. Like we just said before we started, before we came back into the studio, like a call to arms. It feels like a call to arms to me.
Yeah.
A call to action, you know, and that's a real compliment from me.
Thank you very much.
It sounds amazing. The chorus is phenomenal. So it's an absolute pleasure to be working with you on it.
Thank you very much.
It's one of them where you started recording to it, and as I said before, it was just one of them. It sort of like something came to me, and do you know when it was?
Yeah, like light bulb moment.
Yeah, it was just like ping, and it was just like it didn't need. The song doesn't need anything.
No,
it's just it needs to be. It's just a simple, brilliant minded song.
But I think anything that's gone into it is only it complements it a bit more, which is when you're writing a song. I think if you're just going to focus on I just want to write my stuff and I only want my stuff going out. I don't want any creative input from anywhere. I think you kind of just you're segregating a song from what it could be.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. No, it won't be true for all songs.
No.
Songs where you are totally happy. No, that's what I want. But sometimes that one maybe one other input is like, oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, different angles make
it's
better.
Worth trying out, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. It's got a very folky sound to me. And I love my folk music, but I'm interested in where you come from. What did you grow up listening to?
So I was a bit Damien Rice. A guy called Newton Faulkner.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that actually, because you did mention in conversation that you like when you got your loop pedal when you're playing live, you like tapping the guitar to give yourself that drum beat. Yeah. I was going to ask you about Newton Faulkner. Yeah,
I love him. In fact, I'm going to watch it. It was my birthday on Sunday, and my wife's bought me tickets to go and watch Newton Faulkner.
Have you seen him before?
I've seen him before. He's amazing.
At the Lead Mill.
He's amazing, isn't he? Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
But yeah, Newton Faulkner, Damien Rice. I dare say, I mean, when I was younger, Oasis were massive, and I think my take on them was, well, if everybody else likes them, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But
that's I think like the Ed Sheeran thing, isn't it, probably.
Yeah. But they bring a massive influence to most music.
Of course they do.
So I'd stick them in the ring as well.
Absolutely brilliant.
Just talked about you and what your inspirations and what your childhood was like, but I want to travel even a little bit further back, and for anyone who doesn't know you and where you come from and your journey, and because you've been in a band called Strumtap a few years back, and so tell, for whoever doesn't know you and whoever's watching, what your journey is.
Right, so if we're going right to the beginning, I was a vocalist in a classic rock band, and it was a great journey. I really enjoyed it, and that's where I sort of I bought a guitar, and I was just sort of imitating everybody. I never really had any lessons.
Yeah.
But
vocalist wise, like Axl Rose.
Yeah,
that sort of classic rock. Yeah. Panty.
We went through everything, anything classic rock. I think they even tried to chuck a bit of AC/DC in there, and there was no way I'm getting them levels. It's just crazy.
Do you not like AC/DC? I can't stand them. I can't listen to them. I don't know why.
I think there's one or two songs that sit all right with me, but all the rest, it's just very samey. They're very samey.
I think it's the voice. I can't do the voice. Whatever. I've just alienated all the audience by saying that. Sorry, forgive me.
Don't shoot him.
You know what? The face podcast did quite well.
I've just killed it.
And did over 1,000 views, and now we've just lost all them fans.
Lost all the AC/DC fans. Oh no! Sorry, everyone.
But yeah, so I was in that, and I sort of learned how to play an acoustic guitar, very basically, and the first gig that I ever played was in a festival, in a pub festival, and I played everything I knew, but there was one song that I wanted to play. It was the song, and it was Mumford & Sons' Little Lion Man.
Oh, I love that song. It's one of my favourite songs.
Mate, tell me about it.
Just before lockdown, I got to see him for the first time. Again, that was in Sheffield, full enough.
But I got to that song, so that was my final song, because it was quite a big song, and the lyrics took there, and as I'm playing, obviously the doors open complete the way through, and a gust of wind came and took the lyrics. So I literally just put the guitar down and said, "That's it, I'm done," and I just stopped playing, and I didn't play anything then for about half a year. Proper,
really upset you
it shook me.
Wow.
Shook me. So from that point, I didn't play any gigs, but I was always on the guitar, and I you like try to master your trade and stuff.
Course,
and I just
hours and hours of work.
every song that I was gonna sing, I needed to know it before I performed it, instead of doing lyrics everywhere.
Sure. Yeah.
So and then obviously I was on my own I've been doing it now for nearly 15-20 years, and I met up with my co-pilot in strumtap, and we got on really well. We played a bunch of gigs, and then we played one for Roy, is it, at can't remember where it was, quite a posh place.
Yeah,
and
in Cheshire.
No, it was in Liverpool, wasn't it?
Oh, in Liverpool. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
And Roy approached and said, "Would you like to sign?" And I said, "Yeah, as long as I can have him as well." So we kind of
Cool,
signed the deal.
Yeah.
And it was good, but there was I couldn't grasp everything about the group, about the signing, which kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
So
were you doing all the writing, or were you
I was doing all the writing.
Yeah.
Obviously, John was on a cajon.
Yes.
So he did all the beats and stuff.
Sure.
I wrote the songs and played them and sang them.
Yeah.
But I think he was along on the journey with me, and I was happy that he was there, to be honest with you. So there was no hard feelings, there's no tension or anything between us. So it was an amicable split, if you will.
Yeah.
But from there, I've just kind of lost touch with music. I stopped gigging for a year, maybe a year and a half, and then
Is that because of things going on in your life and stuff? Was it all?
No, it was just I'd just fallen out of it. I was playing pubs and clubs and stuff, and it was good at the beginning, but then it gets very tedious, very boring. You're playing the same songs every night.
It's mostly covers as well.
Yeah,
you don't get to really express you and your music.
No.
So were you writing your own stuff alongside this, were you?
I was I was, but I was. There was a lot of mental block when it came to lyrics. So the music was flowing, and then it was right. What do I write about? And because obviously my head wasn't in the right place,
Right.
I was sat there and I'm like, well, there's nothing going on with life. So what? There's plenty going on with life, pandemics and all that nonsense. But I in my head I thought, well, there's nothing to write about. So
Right.
I ended up just scrapping loads of songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
This is probably just about timing, isn't it?
very
About
much so.
timing,
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So you've come through that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
How's it flowing now?
It's getting there. It's
Yeah.
getting there. I'm not looking. I'm not looking for stuff to write about. I'm more letting that come to me.
Right.
Whereas before, it was like, right, I've wrote this song.
Trying to.
I need to write lyrics to it. What do I write about?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
It just makes it. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself
You do.
to create something that.
And
You should
sometimes
just let it do.
Yeah, sometimes you put your own block up, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're building your own walls before you even get in there.
Absolutely.
So what made you sign back to Condo?
I did a couple of gigs before I did the Weekender, and I chucked some original songs in, and when I was playing them, I was smiling.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
what a fantastic thing to say.
because I was playing my stuff, and I didn't care that a lot of the audience were just there for covers. I just chucked them in anyway, and I got a good response, which obviously makes me smile more, and then it makes me want to play more.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then
Would you say that probably our biggest fear is that our songs don't match up to these
Yes.
covers that you're playing?
yes,
And that's the biggest fear.
yeah,
But when you play your own song and you get just the same amount of applause,
yeah.
you think,
The thing
I can do this.
the thing is with your original tracks, it's the audience makes a massive difference to how it's perceived. So if I'm playing an upbeat song and nobody's involved, you just think, well, why am I playing this song?
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Would you think Liverpool? I love Liverpool. You've probably picked up on that actually from round here, but
really,
I think Liverpool it's the greatest city I've ever visited, and I'm proud to live here now, or just on the outskirts. But I think Liverpool is different in that respect because I think people are looking for their own people to write their own
Absolutely.
material.
absolutely.
So
It's-
it's not like trying to get a gig.
No.
Because you only get it playing covers. There are places who want you to come and play,
Yeah,
don't they?
it's very, very musically orientated, Liverpool.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I've seen a lot of gigs in Liverpool. I've played a couple in Liverpool, and absolutely, you're right. You bang on the money. It's a great city for music, and the beauty of it is as well. Obviously, Liverpool. When you think of music, you just think of the Beatles. But
Well,
when you're in Liverpool,
yeah.
it's not like they're shoving it in your face.
So no, they don't. They really don't. In fact, if you ask someone, they say they actually hate the Beatles. Yeah. No names, no pack drill.
But that's that
Just the guy behind the camera.
But he's not the first I've heard say that.
No, the fear is you're going to get
Compared,
put up
yeah.
against the Beatles,
Doesn't
and
happen, does it?
not at all.
Right place, right time.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
where you are now. Absolutely
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And
So-
it's great to be, part of,
Yeah.
to see you doing what you're doing. It's amazing to see you doing it.
So when you spoke about the Weekender before, and you very very briefly, but what was that like coming back to the label for the first gig in a while, from what I could make out, and what was that like being able to come back on your own and play our first Weekender, hopefully of many more. Obviously we've got the next one coming up in June, I think it is.
Absolutely welcoming.
Oh, fabulous.
The beauty of the label is that you take every type of music. You're not just taking one genre.
Yeah.
It's very eclectic, and like, I mean, I could be singing in a booth and cocking up, and there's no right, stop, get out, have a minute, come back in. It's right, all right, calm down, try and take it again, and you do it again. It's not just accepting you, they're building your confidence as well.
Absolutely spot on.
Which is you don't again with record labels, you don't expect it. It has to be perfect all the time, and
people aren't perfect all the time.
No, they heck. But your imperfections are perfections in a sense, because that one dip in level or slide on your guitar could be the difference of a good song and a bad song.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Even mistakes sometimes
sound great.
Yeah.
Literally,
like going
it
back.
Sometimes makes the songs.
Yeah, even going back to your song before when
we'll keep that in.
Yeah,
that's
we were.
Right, isn't it?
Yeah,
we'll
it was literally that.
Absolutely.
We were doing some work on your song before, and I played a little bit here, played a little bit there, and then did just a random last minute thing at the end of the song, and it was just like it probably just made the end of the song go that little bit better.
That's how it works.
Yeah, it just worked. Absolutely clicked.
Let me ask you about your hardware. I'm also a guitarist. I want to know about your hardware. Come on, what's your brand of guitar?
So I've got a Yamaha at the moment. Really lovely guitar.
That's amazing. Yeah.
FG something or other. FG TA. In the pickup, it's got like it's like a mini speaker inside it.
Oh, you showed me before.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
So you can play unplugged. You can play chorus. You can play hall reverb and room reverb.
I'm getting overexcited right now. Just forgive me.
Have a minute. Have a minute.
That's amazing.
But I've also got a Tanglewood that's like been with me.
Have you?
Yeah, it's like the workhorse guitar, like the gigging guitar. I can bang it about and not be frightened that it's just going to implode.
And a great tone. They've got a great tone.
Very nice tone. Yeah, very nice tone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I use a Boss RC30 loop station when I'm performing live.
Yeah.
Just get vocal harmonies in and guitar riffs and stuff.
What made you get a loop station?
Right. So
and how long did it take you to learn it as well?
Yeah, that was the next question. Let him answer the first one.
Sorry, mate.
I saw a girl using one. What's she called?
Katie Tunstall.
Katie Tunstall, yeah.
First time I saw it as well.
Absolutely. It was on Jules Holland.
Yeah.
And she did a song called Big
Black Horse and the Cherry
Tree. Yeah. Oh, mate.
It was amazing.
Oh, mate.
She came off the street busking that, I think, as well.
Really?
I think so, yeah, originally. Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, that's amazing. That is amazing. And what is this wizardry? I need to learn these techniques.
What is this real life Harry Potter?
These techniques need to be mine. So, and then I saw Ed Sheeran. We watched Ed Sheeran live, and I was just like, it was at the Mad Ferret in Preston, and it was before it was famous.
Yeah.
And I saw him, and I was like, right, definitely getting one of them. So I bought one.
Fantastic.
And it took me about
12 years.
No, it took me about 6 months to get the general hang of it.
The timing is what it's.
The first gig I ever used it on, and I was doing an Ed Sheeran song, and so when you're recording, obviously you've got two foot switches, and you record your loop, and then press record again. Mm-hmm. That stops recording that loop and keeps the loop going, but you can still record on top of that loop. Yeah, right. So I'm doing this, and then I started singing, and then I brought in the loop, and it was all wrong. It was out by like a second.
It's only got to be that.
Yeah. It killed me. I was like, I can't do this. So and there was a guy in the pub. And after I'd finished the song, he come over and he said, "You did that wrong, didn't you?" And I said, "No, I recorded the loop right. I just didn't time it right." And he went, "Yeah, I could tell." So I literally went back home after the gig, and I got me amp out, and I just practiced that, and I found out that it was just a strum.
Really?
So it's like dum 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 dum. but because I was just out by a millisecond, it was like bringing it back.
Is that Downs?
No, it was
I met this girl.
The City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
But you've gone from that place to covering Gangster's Paradise. Whoa.
It's a good song, isn't it? It's a good song.
With a loop.
Yeah, so unfortunately we're running very quickly out of time.
Okay.
It's been pushing it, and I didn't realise we were going over.
To be fair, I can talk a glass-itis.
But I want to ask you some very quick questions, answer them as quick as you can and as honestly as you can.
Okay.
Difference between playing on your own and playing as a duo?
Easier.
Worst thing about being at the label?
Travelling to Liverpool from Chorley.
Best thing about being at the label?
I get to express myself.
And finally, what is one piece of advice you'd give to an upcoming artist or band or whatever it is that may help them along the way?
Very cliche, but don't stop doing what you're doing, because eventually you'll get to the point where you want to be. You don't have to chase. Just let it come to you.
Fabulous. Great advice.
Well, unfortunately we're running out of time.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
For anyone who doesn't know yet or doesn't thought you were on it, and watch your socials.
What's my socials?
Yeah.
Brian Hobbs Music on Instagram, same on Facebook, and at the moment I think that's about all I've got.
Quite a few YouTube videos out there.
There's some YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube's just Brian Hobbs Music or Brian Hobbs.
Cool.
Sounds. Well, this has been Through the Speakers. I've been Taylor J. Williams. If you want to follow me, it's taylorj.music. Make sure you head over to the Big Condo website. That's www.bigcondorecords.co.uk. Make sure you follow us, subscribe to us. Make sure you follow Phil.
Phil.Beal.71.
And we will see you all next week.
Awesome.
There we go. I ate it.
I feel a little out of sorts. Everything is just too much. I'm feeling trapped inside. Lately I just wanna hide. I just wanna hide. I feel like you're lying again, but maybe it's all in my head. Why do I always feel like this? I need a break. I can't make the happiness last. Drowning my sorrows.